In this video, let's do the 15th experiment, and this is about I2C communication protocol between using Arduinos. The objective is to use the I integrated circuit I2C communication, and we'll write programs that will demonstrate this I2C communication between two Arduinos. One will be as master and the other is slave. Here what will happen is, like in the diagram you can see, so we'll have a master and it will allow communication between one master and multiple slaves. And likewise you could have multiple masters also, but then we'll not focus on that. So you can see one master can communicate to multiple slaves using two lines, two wires. You can see one is the serial data, one will be used for serial data, and the other will be used for clock, serial clock, which is SCL, two wires, and this is how the slaves are connected. However, in this experiment, what we'll do is we'll just use one master and one slave, just two Arduinos. In fact, we could have used others as well, but we'll leave it. It is as of now out of scope. So we'll just use one master and one slave. So you can see the diagram over here. The setup that we'll have is we'll have one master Arduino Uno and other configured as the slave Arduino Uno, and both of them will have I2C communication between them using two wires, that is the SDA and SCL. And of course, to the Arduinos, we'll have a USB connection, we'll have the Arduino ID, so that we see what he's sending and what master is sending and what master is receiving through the laptop. So likewise, to the slave also, we'll have it connected to the Arduino IDE, so that you can see what he is receiving as well. So this is how the setup, and here in the video you can see we have one as configured as master and the other will be configured as slave. Okay. And then how about this I2C communication or the jumper wires used over there? So here's a circuit diagram. It shows that we have this Arduino master and we have this Arduino slave. And you can see the serial data line of the master, which is nothing but A4 pin, will be connected to A4 pin of the slave. Likewise, the clock SCL serial clock is nothing but the A5 pin, analog 5 pin, that will be connected to the slave's A5 pin, and likewise we'll have the ground connected to the ground. So this is how the setup will be. And then coming to the code that will be there in the master. So here's the code that will write in the master. So right now what I've done is I've already copied this code, the whole of this code here, and then put it in Arduino IDE. So we'll just see. So I've also connected the Arduino IDEs to the Arduino boards to the Arduino IDE. You can see the board as Arduino Uno, and you can see two Arduinos over here. 101 is the master and 401 is the slave here. So right now we configured 101, and here's the code. What does the code do? Code basically, initially you can see we are using a library wire.h, and then in the setup we are doing a wire.begin, and likewise to the USB we are configuring USB, and in the loop you can see we are saying begin transmission wire.begin transmission 8. 8 is the address of the slave that we are using. So since we could support multiple slaves, so as of now this transmission is happening to slave number 8. What is being written? It is hello slave is being written to it, and this is how the transmission is ending. And then on the serial monitor, this message sent to slave is being printed, and then the master is waiting for the slave to respond back, and he's requesting the slave. He's giving the opportunity for the slave 8 to send 12 bytes. He's saying, okay, you send me. And the slave, once whatever slave sends, you can see the response received from the slave, and then he's printing what the slave has sent. So this is how the master is doing every second. So at a high level, if you see, master is sending hello slave to slave number 8, and he's giving the opportunity for the slave to send back the response. When the slave sends back the response is being printed over here, and then the whole loop is being repeated every second. That is what master is doing. Okay, let's go ahead and then let's upload this code into the master. So we go here and upload it, and you can see master is already connected. You can see the master is being uploaded over here. So compilation done, and the upload is done. Upload is completed. And remember, when I'm doing the upload, make sure that the jumper wires are not connected. Jumper wires, you can see though the jumper wires A4 and 5 are being used, they are not connected. That's very necessary. Otherwise, we'll face errors. So master is ready now. It is continuously transmitting. You can see it is transmitting, and we can open the serial monitor and see. Yeah, you can see master is sending a message to the slave. However, there is no response back from the slave because we haven't connected to the slave. So now what we'll do is we'll go to the slave. So we have the Arduino ready for the slave over here. And in fact, this you see, I go to the tools, board is selected as Arduino, and you can see the port selected as 401. This is what slave is. And the slave's code from the manual has been copied over here. And you can see slave, he is also using wire.h. And then he's beginning uh, as slave as port number 8. So whatever, or the address number 8, whatever is sent to address number 8, this guy will respond. He'll receive a receive event. Likewise, he can, what is he supposed to respond back? That is what is uh, request event. And then you can see in the loop there is nothing. And then the receive event is a function. And then likewise the request event is a function. So receive event you can see. So he's just received data from the master. Whatever is receiving, he's printing it on USB. He's printing it on the serial port USB. And likewise, you see, once he receives it, what is he supposed to do? He's supposed to send the master, hello master. He's supposed to send this as an acknowledgement. Okay, now let's go ahead and upload this into the board. And it is being uploaded into the board. You can see, yeah, things have been uploaded and it's waiting. So likewise, let's also switch on the serial monitor of the slave. So slave is not receiving anything. Why is he not receiving anything? Because the jumper wires have not been connected. So let's go to the video or the hardware and now connect the jumper wires. So let me go to the setup. I'm using the jumper wires. A4 being connected to A4. Likewise, A5 being connected to A5. So they are connected. Now you can see, as soon as they're connected, you can see that the master, whatever master is sending, the slave is receiving, hello slave, and likewise he is responding back. And you can see the response from the slave, hello master is coming over. That's how the communication between I2C communication is being used from the master to the slave. We have met our objective. The same experiment can be extended further where you can have multiple slaves as well. So I'll stop over here. Thank you.